Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into OpenClaw. Look, if you've ever felt like your AI assistant is more of a cool toy than a truly essential tool, you are in the right place. We're going to show you 5 very specific ways to unlock its real potential and turn it from a simple chatbot into a powerhouse assistant that actually works for you.
So, you've got access to this incredible technology, right? But does it feel like it's not quite living up to the hype? You are not alone. So many people struggle to get real, actual value from it in their day-to-day lives. Let's unpack why that is.
And really, this quote from AI expert Alex Finn just nails it. The problem isn't the tool. The problem is that most of us just don't know how to use it effectively. Today, we're going to change that. We're going to give you the keys.
We are going to walk through 5 super actionable use cases. We'll start with building a perfect memory, and we're going to end with an overnight employee that works while you're sleeping. I promise, by the end of this, you'll see your AI in a completely new light. So, let's jump in.
All right, first things first, memory. Seriously, this is the foundation for everything else we're about to cover, and it tackles one of the biggest frustrations with pretty much any AI assistant right out of the box.
So by default, your AI basically has amnesia. You know, if you worked on a really complex project a few weeks ago and you want to pick it back up, well, too bad. It has no idea what you're talking about. It feels like you're starting from scratch every single time, which is just, it's so frustrating, and it totally limits how useful it can be for any long-term work.
But the solution is surprisingly simple. You tell OpenClaw to build a daily memory tracker for itself. And what's so cool about this is that this one little change gives you 2 massive benefits. First, it makes your AI way smarter by giving it long-term context. And second, it creates this automatic journal of your entire work life, tracking everything you do without you having to lift a finger.
And setting this up is so easy. You just give it a simple prompt in plain English, and it builds a whole dashboard for you. Just imagine being able to go back to any day, any month, and see exactly what you talked about. I mean, that alone makes your AI genuinely useful for real long-term projects. Okay, so now your AI can remember everything. That's great. Let's put that memory to work. We're going to move from just having internal knowledge to actively going out and gathering intelligence from the outside world. We're going to turn your AI into a personal trend spotter.
Let's be real. Trying to stay current in any field feels like a full-time job. The internet is just this fire hose of information, and it's so easy to miss those viral conversations or the new tools and key trends that are actually important to your work. So instead of you manually drowning in all those social media feeds, you can build an automated scout. This thing will constantly scan platforms like X, Reddit, and YouTube for you, tracking the keywords that you care about, and it will only ping you when something truly important starts breaking through the noise.
Now, setting this up involves connecting to something called APIs, which are basically just ways for different software to talk to each other. And the best part? OpenClaw can walk you through the entire process. As you can see here, the APIs for Reddit and YouTube are totally free, which is amazing for tracking what communities are talking about. The XAPI API has a tiny cost per call, but trust me, for getting that real-time breaking news, it's absolutely invaluable.
Okay, so your AI is remembering everything, and it's spotting trends for you. But what if it could do more than just give you information? Let's take the next logical step and make it actually build things for you.
We're talking about a concept called vibe coding. Now, don't let the name fool you. This is incredibly powerful stuff. This isn't about building the next Instagram, okay? It's for creating those small, personal tools that solve your unique problems. You know, like a custom calculator for a weird formula you use at work, or a tool that reformats text exactly the way you need it.
Just picture this. You're on the train, you get an idea for a simple little tool. You can just send a message to OpenClaw describing what you want. And by the time you get home, it will have coded it and deployed it, running on your computer, waiting for you. It's like having a personal software developer on call 24/7.
Of course, the hardest part can be knowing what to even ask for, right? What kind of tool would actually make my life easier? Well, this is where everything we've talked about so far clicks together, because you don't have to figure this out by yourself.
You use something called a reverse prompt. And this is just brilliant. You use that perfect memory system we set up in the first step, and you just ask OpenClaw, hey, based on everything you know about how I work, what's one micro app you could build that would save me time? It literally analyzes your unique workflow and gives you a personalized recommendation for a tool that will actually help you. It's amazing.
Okay, prepare to have your mind blown a little bit. We're going to take this another massive step further. We've gone from a personal assistant to a tool builder.
Now we're moving from a single assistant to managing an entire autonomous R&D team that works just for you.
So here's how it works. You set up a team of, say, 5 different AI agents, and you give each one a different personality. Maybe one's a skeptic, one's a creative, one's a financial analyst. You get the idea. They meet on a schedule, they analyze your recent work using that memory we built, and they literally debate ideas to help you grow. And then they deliver you a short memo with their final recommendation. It's like having a whole boardroom of experts in your pocket.
So, what does it cost to get one of these incredibly insightful strategic memos where multiple AIs have debated a topic for you? About 10 cents. No, seriously, 10 cents. Just think about that for a second. This kind of high-level strategic thinking used to be something only huge corporations could even dream of. Now, it's accessible to absolutely everyone.
And that brings us to our final, and maybe the most mind-blowing, use case of them all. This is what truly separates a good AI assistant from a great one. We're talking about proactive, fully autonomous work. Think of this as your overnight employee. You use a simple scheduler, programmers call it a cron job, but you can just think of it like a recurring alarm clock. And you empower OpenClaw to think and act on its own while you sleep, actively pushing your projects forward. So what does that actually mean? It means you can wake up every single morning to a completed task. Maybe it finally built that micro app you were talking about. Maybe it wrote the first draft of that script for your next project. It might have even fixed a bug in some code. It proactively finds one task that will help you succeed, and it just gets it done.
So when you put all 5 of these pieces together, you have an AI that remembers, that researches, that builds for you, that strategizes, and that works for you around the clock. It's a total transformation from a simple chatbot to a true autonomous assistant. So the only question left is, what are you going to have it do first?